All right, but yes, we are finally back with The Witcher 3. Very excited to continue our game. We have got to finish this game by the end of May at the latest, preferably by the end of April. It is time to get this finished. No more time wasting. No more Total War or any of that shit. We are just doing Witcher 3 garbage until we're done, so that I can play another big game. Why? Because there's a lot of games coming out in May and June and July that are gonna occupy a lot of my time, because I'm gonna play them with, or where y'all are and stuff, so y'all can hang out with me. And I don't want this game lurking on my mind. And I also really like this game, and I want to finish it. I'm so close to finishing it. I just need to buckle down and get it done. Bedwetters? What? When am I thinking we should start the faction war event? Faction war event. Would you ping me in that thread? I need to go in there and get like an update about what the plans are. Because once I'm on the same page, I need to be on the same page as y'all. How many quests do I have left? That's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 secondary and hunter quests left, though there may be more that we just haven't discovered yet.
Short release. Also, I got a physical copy of Black Hearts a couple of weeks ago, and I'm really enjoying it. Thank you for recommending it.
Oh, Bitch Cheddar, thanks so much for the, thank you so much for the 24 months. 2 years, you sweet, precious thing. I deeply appreciate the support for those 2 years. Thank you so much, Cheddar, for being such a continuous member of this community. I cannot express how much I genuinely and deeply appreciate your support. And I'm really glad you're enjoying Black Hearts. I love Black Hearts. It's literally just a D&D campaign. What the fuck? Oh, these are the fire dogs. Ow! Ow! Fucking... what do these count as? Bargeist. Ah, specters. Sweet Jesus. I feel like I'm fighting Gehenna's Golden Hounds. All of them? Okay. You still don't have chores? That is mega sad. Alistair Carnarvon's journal. 26th of July, unsure where to start a dig. Ask the nearest washwoman or old men whittling by the road. They know everything. Yes, I know. It takes a great deal of patience, and you have to separate the wheat from the chaff, but it's the best way to learn about the local legends. That's how we came to find Fox Hollow, where they say soil sprouts clay pots. 28th of July, we dug up part of a vineyard in the outskirts of Fox Hollow, but we found those were not pots, but those were elven funeral urns. It seems the village is built atop an ancient end-seed necropolis. That cemetery dates, by my reckoning, to the time before the first landing, so the graves must be full of valuables. The ancient elves buried their dead along with great wealth. We've already dug up a few choice baubles, but I'm sure if we look deeper, we'll find much more. 12th of August, today we start a new dig in a new location. Matthias spied a beautifully ornamented cameo on the ground, and when he tried to grab it, he discovered it was clenched in the hands of a skeleton. Anselm started to mock him, but quickly lost all desire to laugh. The valley was full of elven skeletons, men, women, even children. The bodies were all mixed with limbs chopped off, many heads missing, and children with crushed rib cages. What happened here? 14th of August, another sleepless night. Blood cries wails. I awake drenched in sweat. Then I dozed off for a moment and the same happens again. I told my fellows to dig a deep hole. We'll throw all that cursed cameo inside. It belongs to the ground with the rest of the dead. 16th of August. Matthias disappeared during the night. No one saw him leave camp. His things are all in place. Anselm says we should follow his example and flee while we still live, but I cannot leave it like this. This valley is full of bones. And Anselm screamed in my face, called me a madman, but I must tell someone we have found. They say there's a group of archaeologists from Castel Grappian at the Termes ruins. The rest is covered in blood. Wow, that seems to have gone very well for him. Lally57, it's Nico. Cheers, Jen. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Oh yeah, the starting OST was Steel for Humans. Yes. Steel for Humans Extended Edition. Oh, yep, this looks like an archaeology site, all right. Alright, let's see here. Letter written in elder speech. Greetings to you, dear mother. I write to you now just before midday, as I promised. I hope my letter finds you in good health. Very little of notice happened here since you left. Despite your warnings, we get on very well with the humans. They are so fascinating the way they obsess over death. Calfion, if you can imagine it, admitted to Blathnade she really likes Arnad, the miller's son. Personally, I have nothing against this, but I know where you are in Dol Blathana, that would be unthinkable. I went to visit Malschlichlen's grave recently. Yes, I know you won't approve of that. Since when did the Einseid care for the graves of their loved ones? Yet living among the people necessarily means we take on some of their customs. While there, I happened to learn the humans' plan to build a village near Craven Carn. This is difficult, but personally it does not bother me. But Blathnade, you know her, began screaming about how this was a profanation, and they have countless other perfectly good spots where they could build their village. I hope this will not grow into some larger conflict. We have it so good here. Well, that clearly did turn into a bigger, worse conflict, and everybody died horribly, I would guess. What, so you had like a single elf get obsessed with the idea that they needed to defend illegible. Then the eldest of the Einstead ends the speech in which he tells of the dead's deeds. The body covered in a shroud is then placed on a pyre made of alder wood. Next, a further layer of wood is placed on top. When the pyre is finished, the mourners gather around, form a circle. The eldest of the Einstead places a torch on the pyre, and then 5 members of the dead family's name each do the same. The fire is fed throughout the night until the first glimmers of dawn. The mourners then part and go to their homes, only to return illegible. Then the remains of the pyre are raked and bone fragments are sought out among the ashes. The eldest places the bones in an urn previously filled with ash from the pyre. The urn is then sealed in place in the family's chamber and burial grounds, and the mourners go to illegible. It's kind of cool. We're learning like little bits and pieces about their funeral rites. Hey, Castrated, what's up? I made a trailer using video editor, so it has a watermark, but it's pretty good, I think. Oh, cool, awesome. I will take a look at that after the stream. Very cool. Yeah, I'd love to get that up and running. What am I looking for? Find the treasure hidden in the hunter's camp. So it's around here somewhere. And I have the key to it already. I mean, we found that red highlighted chest, but that doesn't seem to have been it. Who has permission to make new Discord channels? Brandon, Hologam, and Misha. I don't know if the regular mods do. I don't think they do. Brandon should be around in like an hour or two, so you could ask him. Maybe up here? No. I wonder if there's a way to get beneath the ground. This is weird. Where is this treasure? Because we found a glowing red box in the area, but it wasn't locked. Let's see. Garrow into a dead man and a pack of bar guys once he dealt with spectral canines. Proven under treasure hunter. They took over jewel too many, feeling guilt. Decided to inform scholars. Said scholars would look into it. He never managed to. The treasure left behind where camp are now ownerless. So it should be here. Because, like, he wasn't able to take it with him. Just find it, Fivehead. God, you figured this streamer would be better at video games. Hasn't he played this game for, like, 200 hours? Like, what? Can't even find a goddamn chest?
All the portents, all the omens.
All right, cool. Thank you. Is this bugged? Like, I feel like I found it. I feel like it was this chest right here, which we already emptied. But the quest is still active for some goddamn reason. There's a bug in this quest, the Curse of Carnarvon. It's not bugged? Well, then where is it? Is it in the camp or is it somewhere else? Reload the save, then collect the letters, then collect the loot. Okay. Oops. Should be 2 letters and a chest. Yeah, we found all of them. Reload the save. Wait, so like, should I reload this save? Or should I reload before I got the quest? Okay, so we have to get the 2 letters first. Okay. Okay, so no, it's still bugged on here. Okay. Oop. Saves created with this version will be incompatible. Weird. Hey, Spart, when you have a second, could you clear out the Ola Skink list? All right, that was super weird. Okay. Not a huge deal though. It's not that far away.
Oh, careful.
Yeah, no rush. Just when you have a second. So speaking of Chaos Dwarfs, for those of y'all that have been playing it, what are your kind of final thoughts? Like if somebody asked you to give your
Mind if I...
give your vote on if it's good or not, how do y'all feel? You enjoyed it? Hated it? God, why is this merchant so poor, dude?
So long.
Good luck on the path.
You haven't played it, but 20 out of 10. Amazing DLC, been really enjoying it. Hat Tall and Mass Spooky would buy again. Narrative is great. Yeah, some baddie fella. I'm doing my taxes tonight. I'm not looking forward to it. I've already sent the IRS a pretty hefty chunk of change, but I am quite certain I still owe them more. I should have gotten off my ass and gone to a tax consultant, but I didn't, so I get to do it myself, and it's gonna be awful. Final battle. Dude, the final battle is so good. Why does Thrazo sound so much like Tehinuin? Probably because it's this. I think it's the same voice actor. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. Need some Spectre oil.
Damn it.
How do I power up my sword again? Is it when I'm fully loaded? Okay, fully charged sword. Okay. Yeah, no, in the United States, we have a lot of problems. And being in Texas only makes them worse these days. But in the United States, we have this fun, super shitty thing called lobbying, which has resulted in companies like TurboTax lobbying the shit out of our government. And they basically have... There we go. Now it worked. Weird. Basically, they lobbied the shit out of our government to make it where the government doesn't tell us how much taxes we owe them or they owe us, because they know, right? Like, it's not like they don't know until we file it. The government already knows, but they don't tell us because piece of shit companies like H&R Block and TurboTax lobby the crap out of our elected members to keep us in the dark about it, because if they keep us in the dark about it, then we have to, a lot of people will pay them money to help file their taxes because they keep it really confusing on purpose. And it's super duper shitty and should frankly be criminal. But unfortunately, my government's not in a great place right now. Like, they could very, very easily figure out all of our taxes and just send you a letter being like, hey, you owe us this much money, or hey, send us this much money. Instead, they make it a fucking guessing game where you have to file it yourself or pay someone else to file it. And then you get screwed over. Because if you do it wrong, well, you go to prison. Because clearly, you know, you're a foul breaker of the law. And you could only have nefarious deeds. Drives me absolutely bananas. There's a number of things I absolutely despise about... Like, I hate money in politics so much. It makes me mad just thinking about it. We could fix so many things if it wasn't for fucking Citizens United. God, the Supreme Court is such trash. Anyway, let's see. Augustin Tunle's journal. Thick journal written in a steady hand. The last pages, however, contain different handwriting full of blots and crossed out words. Let's see. A mysterious gentleman has come to me asking whether I would agree to sell him the stock of barrels we are preparing for the new wine variety. I refused him curtly, for I know how much the new wine means to Miss Matilda, and how much depends on this wine's success. After all, things have been very tight in the vineyard these last days. This extremely mysterious gentleman has turned out to be an equally extremely wealthy. He came to me again with a very hefty pouch. Bum blasted, it will be very hard to refuse him if he puts me to that trial again. Today I forgot to lock the gates of the barrel storehouse. I'm very ashamed, but what could I do? Miss Matilda is crushed. I won't touch that coin till all is settled down. I've hidden a sack stuffed with Nilfgaardi and florins in the sunflower fields. I would not want someone to find such a fortune in my home. He has paid me another visit. This time he wanted me to procure him the recipe for the new wine. I do have some honor. Barrels are one thing. I can make new ones, perhaps even better ones. But the recipe for the wine, I said I'd sooner die, and then he gave me this strange look. Sent shivers down my spine. I think I'd best barricade my doors this night. Yeah, probably should have not accepted the first payment, my dude. Was Al Capone a bad guy? If I'm pretty, I mean, I'm assuming the wink after that is the haha, just kidding. Because to my understanding, he was not a very good person. You know, with the whole like Valentine's massacre and everything. What Warhammer races would have the best time in the Witcher world? Probably, I think Necromancers would have, I think the Vampire Counts would honestly have kind of a fun time because their magic seems like it would be pretty strong in this universe. Beastmen would definitely have a very good time. Slayers would have a much easier time. I don't know if they'd necessarily be having a great time, but they'd have an easier time. Honestly, I feel like most Warhammer races would flourish quite a bit in this world because there are either less dangers to them, so they have the ability to flourish, or there are less strong defenses to like keep them at bay for like the more destructive races. I really do think this universe would suffer a lot at the hands of many of the Warhammer races, assuming the Winds of Magic even worked. That's a good point. That's a good point. You know, if they arrived here and like the Winds of Magic just didn't function, so they had no way to control sorcery, that would obviously be a problem. You would definitely have to do some finagling about how that would work. You know, it's would the wizards of Warhammer Fantasy be capable of what is, oh no.
Not bad.
Really don't appreciate having to try and fight them across like cliff faces. That sucked. Oh my good god.
Looks like an Archospore killed him.
You think?
A letter and a key. In a place like this? That'd be interesting.
Letter on elegant stationery. Read these orders carefully, for I will not tolerate any blunders. Report to the agreed upon location tomorrow and collect the next delivery of seedlings. We must intensify our efforts to infest Vermintio. Be at pains to arrive on time, for the team from the other vineyard will be waiting. C. P.S. Do not forget the key.
Interesting. This note plus what I found earlier. Some third parties causing problems at the vineyards. Need to find the spot the letter mentions. And I'll find
interesting.
something mighty interesting behind whatever door this key opens.
Okay, so that's part of the big side quest thing. Dumbasses messing around with giant fuck you flowers. What decoction do I have on right now? Oh god, I'm trying to remember where do I find my... I'm getting a little heavy. Oh, nice. Okay, so it's... Honestly, the remaining question marks in this area, so that works for me. Alright, let's head back to... Let's head back to the tourney grounds real quick so that I can sell some stuff, because we're getting kind of fat. We're getting a little chunky. What about the fact that gods of the realms cannot directly interact with mortals, assuming the same would happen to both good and... Do you mean that... Can we rephrase that? RB's me. Good to see you, dude. How's your day going? Welcome back.
Long live the champion!
Work and no play. Behold the tourney's victor.
Ravix of Forehorn. Why, it is an honor.
What have you got there?
You just got authentic Mexican cuisine, Taco Bell. Say psych right now. Oh, thank God this guy has actual money. Oh, so much better.
So long.
I have a pain in my neck arm for a few days. Could not sleep. Finally visited a doc. Got some drugs. Pain's still there, but I slept like a baby a few times already. Well, that's good. Does he have any thoughts on what it might be? Does he just think it's like a torn muscle or something? We'll meditate to get all of our stuff refilled. Okay, let's eat something good and tasty. What's like the best thing I have? 15, 10... 15. Yeah, let's eat a roasted ham. Hell yeah. Alright, that'll let us heal for a bit. Okay, so someone said don't do the vineyard quest yet. Do... What quest? X something? Where was that? Ex Machina before finishing the other Wine Wars quest. I don't see an Ex Machina quest. Have I already done it? Oh god. I wish these were... Oh, they are alphabetical. Wine Wars... Is that a main quest or is that a... See, X Machina. E, A, B, C, D, E, F, E. It's the bottom one of the secondary quests. Oh! The Deuce and the Machina. Thank you. We'll do that right now.
Oh.
Good lad.
Long live the champion! What are you doing?
So we see the gods in this world can't directly interact with mortals. How would races fare since they wouldn't be able to get anything from their respective gods? I mean, I can't answer that for you because you would have to have a lot of good knowledge about how the two worlds would intersect. Like if those races came into this world, so they're playing, let's say they're playing by this world's rules, right? For some of the Warhammer races, that wouldn't really matter a lot because they don't really rely on priests But for others, like, their magic relies very heavily on kind of being conjured through the gods.